Hello everyone, I'm Sherry and you're watching Lessons Learned. Alright, let's get right into it. Pat Sloan string beans, quilt along, sew along, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. Today is March the 9th. I have 8 blocks done, which in my opinion, there's still lots of March 9th left, so I will get that 9th block done today for sure. I did go back and redo part of my first block. A lot of good suggestions from you guys about just taking those outer ones off. And it turns out that I actually only had to take 3 off because I still had like between an 1/8 and a 1/4 on one edge, so I'm just gonna go with that. And then I had to look up some more fabric because I was gonna run out of like these colors, these more solid looking greens and yellows. So I pulled out some more things. This one, I'm counting that as a solid. And then I haven't cut these yet, but here's another one that'll work. And this is like my third pick. It's a little busy, but it could work too. And then I've cut some of these yellows. It's got that stripe in it, but I think it'll come across more as a solid. And then I had this gold. I had these and I was going to put these in anyway, but I thought, oh, is it too mustardy? I don't know. I might still use them. What do you think? We'll see. So send me your pictures if you're doing this. Send me your pictures of your blocks or your quilt top if you got it done already. Some people on Pat Sloan's group, they've already got the whole entire top done. You can go ahead and do it that way, but I kind of like to pace myself. That's the purpose, so you don't get overwhelmed. And then let's see, what else was I going to say about that? Oh, I got everything in a tray on my table here, just things that have to do with the string beans, the pattern, the cut fabrics, and also the fabrics I haven't cut but I will be using. So nothing else in that tray, so that I can stay concentrated on the project and not feel overwhelmed. Now, yes, send me pictures of yours. I hope you guys are doing this with me, or with Pat, or with both of us, however you want to say it. Oh, another thing I want to say about it. She actually was doing 6 by 5 down, I think, and she's going ahead and joining her rows. But I'm not going to do that because I don't trust myself to scatter my fabrics out right. So I'm going to wait till the end and then lay them out, then sew the rows together. So, you know, it's going to probably add on a day or two to it, but that's okay. There's actually 31 days in March and not 30, so I have an extra day. You have an extra day too. Okay, so I need your help. I need your help on something. Some people have asked me about this. This used to be up on the board. All it is just some rectangles of batik that I'm almost 100% sure I got from Darlene long time ago. And probably last year sometime I came up here and put this together. I say come up here because I'm in a she shed. It's separate from my house. And I worked on it for a few days, something easy. I was trying to get my groove back with sewing and quilting, and I just did this over a couple days. So I need to finish this, and I should be talking about this for Finish It Friday. Maybe I'll get it back out again. I need help with the binding. I've already done the backing. I did, nothing's attached. I don't have batting or anything yet. I just did like a grunge in a kind of a white on white grunge that I got from Soya. And also on that back I took more of these squares. I found more of these squares. I think these were fat quarters, and I just used the other side of the fat quarters to make a strip down the back, and that makes an interesting backing. I'll show you when I get more close to being done. But the help that I need is I need help with the binding. I've got two choices I'm going to choose from, so this should make it easy for you. You guys just put down in the comments which one you think I should use. This is a grunge looking bluish gray, and the gray that I have in here is a cooler gray. So there's that. Here's what the actual fabric looks like. See how it's kind of grungy looking? I don't think it's called grunge, but yeah, that kind of gives the rustic look for this. Or I also have this other hole bolt thing I got from, so yeah, 1, 2, 3.5 yards here of that, but I thought about cutting a piece off for the binding. It's that one that has the little rice, looks like rice grains on it. So which one? This one or the other one? I don't know. They'd both be good. And the back, it will coordinate with both of them too. So this one or this one. Let me know. Need your help on that. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you me cleaning my sewing machine. So I cleaned and oiled it. So hang on to the end for that. Next, I got something new. The Gypsy Quilter. That is another version of this, right? You guys have been asking me about this thing. You just hold on to this. It's got two little thumb finger holes, or I like to just hold it like this. Seems like I get a little better, I don't know, control over it. But how this works is you just, there's one side that folds down. Just one side folds down. And it's got suction on it. See that? Like a suction cup. So what you do is you place it on there in the position that you're most likely to feel comfortable using it. Squeeze it down and then pull that back up. And there you go. You're ready to go. I've been using this for my string beans because it's got like, I don't know, a ½ inch here that I'm using all the time for some reason. And then here's the new one. I wanted this one for my big rulers, which I don't know how many it will fit on, but look, this is kind of like an unboxing. I'm not even opened it yet. I'm opening it with you. Oh, wow. Okay, suction cups. And they have these little, they open from the outside? Yeah, they open from the outside. Here's my big ruler. Big. I'm just going to put it kind of in the middle, I guess. You can't see me doing this, but I'll show you. So you push it down and then lock those little things down. I pushed it down and then I put these down. These two things. They just go right down. There you go. Whoop. That looks like what Darlene uses, doesn't it? I don't know if this is the brand she uses, or she may just be using one of those shower things. You know, those hold-on bars in the shower. Same concept. But this is called the Gypsy Gripper, as well as this one, the Gypsy Gripper. They have a small website. They do not sell things anymore, best I can tell. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. They used to have a shop in there, and you could, you know, put stuff in a cart and buy it, send it to you. But Fat Quarter Shop has them. So you can go to Fat Quarter Shop. I'll put the link in the description for you, or you can just go to fatquartershop.com, go under Notions, the Notions tab, and then the Rulers tab, and it should be under there if they still sell them. And I just got mine, so I think they probably still have them. Hopefully they do. Either way, you could go somewhere and get you one of those shower things, right? I'm gonna try this and see how it works out for me. I'll let you know. Okay, so that's that for the Gypsy grippers. And now I'm going to transfer you over to my sewing machine cleaning footage. Well, it's time to do a little maintenance on my machine. It could use a good sweeping out and cleaning and adding some oil to it. So I get my book out every time just to make sure I don't forget anything. So I have my Janome 6260 QC owner's manual out, to the cleaning and care of your machine pages. And it says raise the presser foot and needle and then unplug the machine. So I'm just going to unplug the machine, the power cord from the machine itself, instead of crawling under the machine and unplugging it. Alright. And then remove the needle and the presser foot. Guess I better take the thread out of it. Okay. Remove the 2 set screws and unhook the hook to remove the needle plate. So these are the 2 screws they're referring to here. Lefty loosey. Always turn left to loosen screws. I could not find my little tiny screwdriver. I probably carried it in the house or something. But I have this little multi-tool that I use for the machine. It comes with the machine and it works just fine. Just a little awkward. And then this whole thing comes off. Then this comes out as well, the bobbin case. I want you to clean the bobbin holder. Looks pretty dirty. Could really use a vacuum, but I didn't bring a vacuum out here. We'll clean it up the best we can for right now. All those little feed dog things are clogged up with lint. Usually you should do this, especially after you do machine quilting, because all that fuzz from pushing it through there is heavy when you machine quilt. There's the batting and 2 layers of fabric, and you're pushing and pulling, and another little tool here, it's a brush and a little hook there to get things out with. See that? All of that will affect the workings of the machine and how efficient or inefficiently it works. So I'm going to get all that out that you can get. Let's kind of poke at those little crevices that you can see. Okay, and then the bobbin case itself. All this lint also soaks up all of your oil that's down in there. So this is why just cleaning it is not enough. You need to oil it too. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's all we have to do there. Just reading down through my instructions. Do the underside of this as well. Some little intricate pieces there, so you don't want to be too rough with them. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put my screws back in. Righty-tighty. So on the right, turn it to the right when you're putting the screw back in to tighten it down. You want to make sure to get those, don't tighten them to where it's too tight, but you want to get it to where it's back flush down with that plate so that your fabric doesn't get caught on it. Okay. I'm just going to stick this on here for a second just to protect it. But anywhere there's a little hole that doesn't have a screw in it, that's where you put oil. So there's all kinds of them. There's one back there, two here, one here, and one here. So that gets oil down to the mechanisms that need it. So don't be afraid to stick some oil down in there, even if you're not sure. But I'm pretty positive that's how it works. That's how I've always been taught. And then you might want to make sure that goes down. Put a little bit more just for good measure. It does not take much. Don't feel like you have to fill it up like you fill your car up with oil. It's not like that. You just need some getting down in there. To make sure there wasn't an air bubble there. And I'm just going to take a little cloth here. Anything you have, you could take a little paper towel too. I just took a little piece of muslin. And you're going to want to wipe that up because you don't want oil getting on your project. think I'll take a tissue to it as well, just to make sure it gets dry. Free of oil. Okay, put your needle back in, which I'm just putting the same one back in because I haven't changed it. I just recently changed it. So I'm just going to put that back in, tighten that down, and I'm going to put my 1/4 inch foot back on because that's what I'll be using. Mine has one of these little quick catch release and add on. Okay, so now I can plug it back in. Turn it back on. I'm ready to go. Let's see if it sews. Put my bobbin back in. Well, I think that's right. Let's see if I got that bobbin case back in there right. Let's see what we got. That was what I was sewing. Looks good, nice and straight. I don't ever mess with my tension. It's a disaster when I do that. My mother always said, don't ever mess with the tension. And I guess I got her genetic ability to mess up the tension. So whenever I take my machine in to get serviced, I tell them to adjust the tension. If it looks really bad, if my stitches are starting to look really bad, I just take it in for service, which isn't very often, maybe every couple years. Okay, so that's done for the day. So take a look at your instructions on your machine too, and do that today if you haven't done it lately, because it'll make a big difference in how your projects come out. Okay, so now I want to show you something that I just cannot stop thinking about, and it is my Pinterest board. My Pinterest board has acquired a new idea board and it's because I spend too much time on Pinterest. But I'm going to show you what I've been looking at, and you're probably going to tell right away why I can't stop thinking about it. Do you remember the other day I told you guys to start looking up all your grays? That's because we're going to make one of these quilts. I'm going to make up the pattern. There is a pattern on one of those listings there, but we're going to make up a new pattern that's similar but different. I call that Bohemian or Boho. And if you've not heard of Boho, Bohemia was a region of Czechoslovakia, or at least included Czechoslovakia. And the people from there kind of wound up being kind of gypsy-like. Vagabonds. They lived rustically and colorfully. I don't know how they got their materials to work with, but they made a lot of their things, and very colorful and artsy, very creative. So the term boho has come to take on the meaning of hippie or rustic, not rustic in a out in the woods kind of way, but kind of a rustic and a decorative way. Creative, colorful, free-spirited. If you look it up in the dictionary, which I did, it was enlightening to find some of the other descriptive words for boho or bohemian. So we're going to call this next series that's coming out Batik Boho Throw. So we're going to make a throw. It'll be 50 by 60 roughly. And we're going to start out with simple squares in all shades of gray that you have. And then the floral arrangements that we're going to make on the front of it are going to be applique. But wait, don't get uptight. I've got a way to do applique that's so easy and so much fun. So hang in there. I'll show you how to do that. And you are actually going to make your flower patterns on there. I want to show you how, and you'll be able to do it. It's easy. So hang in there for that. That will probably be starting next week, if not this weekend. It'll be next week after the Monday chat. And yeah, it'll probably be 3, 4, 5 episodes on that. So get all your batiks out. Just get them all out and look and see what you have. Now for your black and white gray background, they don't have to be batiks. Batiks would be great if you have gray batiks. And I've collected some up knowing I was going to do this. But yeah, get all your grays, lights, light gray, dark gray, medium gray, charcoal. Get all those together, and your colorful ones as well. Your colorful ones need to be at least probably a 10-inch square to get the flowers out of it. Okay, so be thinking about that. I hope you guys can do that along with me too. That would be a really fun series to share photos with. But keep going on the string beans, guys. Send me your pictures, and I'll talk to you soon.